Life isn't just about what we go through, it's also about how we see things. Today, I want to share the three ultimate perspectives I have discovered so far for life: equity, equality, and something I like to call dissonance. We will dive into each perspective in depth, starting with an example at the beginning. I'm pretty sure that whether you have thought about it or not, your perspective will also fall under these three major categories. To help you understand the differences and the ultimate meaning to these perspectives, I want you to imagine a situation and focus on the first thought that comes to your mind. Now, let's imagine you're walking in a public space, maybe around a church or a temple, and you see a middle aged person crying in front of the religious place, with tears streaming down their face. When you see that person, a thought might come to your mind as a sympathy. Oh my god, look! We all share an equal amount of pain and suffering in life, but some people can't handle it on their own. Even though I'm strong and enduring the same pain, I would stand upright, but he might have a weak spirit. That's why he's crying, oh God, have mercy. So, if your thoughts align with this, you are falling under the perspective of equality. Equality in this sense means you believe that people around the world experience similar amount of pain and suffering. It just manifests differently depending on their circumstances and how they cope. For example, imagine someone standing right in front of you, both experiencing the same type of pain. It's just a matter of how resilient each person is. Those who are less able to handle it might suffer more visibly. The sense of equality can manifest in both positive and negative ways. Positively, one might feel empathy for someone experiencing pain and suffering. Negatively, it might lead to the feeling of superiority or inferiority. Thinking that some people have greater endurance that helps them move forward in life, while others with a lower endurance tend to struggle more with the challenges and emotions that life brings. Now, let's come back to the main example. As now, if we think about the person who was crying in front of a religious place, so the second perspective that might kick in is you might see the person as someone experiencing similar struggles as everyone else, but dealing with them differently based on their individual circumstances. That's the feeling of equity. The feeling of equity can be simply described as acknowledging that every person in the world has different level of emotions and responses to situations. The person standing in front of you might have more pain in his feet than yours. Pain and happiness are distributed differently among people, with some experiencing a lot while other experiences only a little. The sense of equity often leads to positive emotions as people tend to feel sympathy for those who are visibly in pain, thinking they must have been enduring more hardship. This is similar to how we feel for people for underdeveloped countries or for the homeless. This emotion stem from the belief that their suffering is greater and not just a matter of endurance. This feelings falls under the general category of equity, where we recognize that everyone has different emotional experiences and challenges in life and respect all of them. Now see, so far I've noticed most people tend to align with either equality or equity. People who have faced hardships in life and come out stronger often believe in the idea of equality, that everyone's struggles are the same, just experienced by different individuals. Then there are those who have ridden emotional highs and lows, stayed resilient through tough times, and built emotional strength over time. They are most likely to believe in equity, the idea that life gives us uneven yet fair share of pain and happiness, and that's their way of respecting life. But now, let's talk about the third and most intriguing perspective: dissonance. The word might not fully explain what it stands for, so let me simplify it. Imagine seeing someone crying in front of you. Do it trigger a feeling inside you? Well, not necessarily sympathy or positivity. What's actually happening is that people often express their emotions, whether pain or joy, far more than they actually feel. Sometimes it's to gain attention or to serve their personal motives. For instance, think about someone crying in front of a church. It stirs something in your heart, right? They are not necessarily crying because they are overwhelmed with emotion. They might just want to be seen crying for, or feel like they should cry. They are crying because they have chosen to be in that state, maybe even exaggerating their feelings. It's not that they can't handle their emotions and move on, but they let themselves to be consumed by the pain and the lack of endurance they feel in life. Simply put, people tend to experience or express joy and pain on a level far beyond what they actually are feeling inside. Based on your experiences, you might have a good sense of where you stand in terms of your thought and perspectives. Some people who have grown stronger through life ups and downs may have had their heart broken but have become emotionally resilient. They often find themselves embracing dissonance. People who are still navigating the emotional highs and lows, dealing with the tangled complexity of these curves, and finding ways to smile or work through negativity can resonate with a sense of balance and equity. Whereas some people who respect their own thought and believe that emotions strengthens the character might align with equality. Well, it's not about winning or competing, but understanding where you stand. In the upcoming sessions, we'll dive through individual perspective in details to help you understand where you or others might fit. Make sure to share this video to the loved ones to see where they might align. The next videos might help you understand them better as well. That's it for now. Remember, every perspective has its positive and negative sides. Don't be afraid to acknowledge the negatives because life isn't just about the beautiful moments. In the end, everyone falls into place. Take care. Face the peace, place the plot, and to conclude, I'm the person that sides up with dissonance. Thank you.